Hello everybody, this is Squallcasting bringing you another game of StarCraft 2. Once again, we have Mao's Thorzain going up against TSL Hyun. Hyun throwing out the good luck, have fun. Thorzain, though, just focusing on the fun. Now this is a continuation of the best of 3 I started casting in my previous video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed it, there will be relevant links directing you to it. So Thorzain, or not Thorzain, Hyun. Hyun did win the last game. It was a rather long match. I won't say anything more, just in case you haven't seen it yet. If you haven't, go watch it now. It was quite good. It was very enjoyable. So we'll see how Thorzain responds. If he's able to take one back and force it to a third game, or if Hyun will defeat the Spoon Terran. Now Thorzain just starting his wall. Very typical. Last game we did see Hyun go for a hatchery first. We'll see if he does that as well on this map. I'd say this is a pretty safe map to do it on, just because the run distance from base to base is pretty darn long. Thorzain hiding his barracks. Interesting decision. Well, we'll see where he goes with that. Hyun has not yet thrown down a spawning pool, continuing to produce drones. And we'll see if he opts for a 15 spawning pool or if he's going to go for hatch first. It looks like hatch first, yeah. He's letting those minerals build up. He's moving a drone out now. Going to throw down the hatchery. Hyun is going to scout in now. Now, does he see the barracks? He does not. Now, we'll have to see if he freaks out a little bit and starts checking around for proxy barracks. He does see the refinery. Is he going to check down to find the barracks? Oh, he's really close. He misses it somehow. Yeah, he's going to see it now. Okay, so he knows there's nothing crazy going on. So it could be Thorzain did that just to mess with him a little bit, but moving the barracks down to the low ground? That's kind of an odd decision, and building a marine. So it looks like he wants to try to bunker rush this, but he doesn't even have a marine down, or an SCV down there yet. Kind of an odd decision by Thorzain, but we'll see how it works out for him. The spawning pool is about halfway done. The marine is finishing up now. So Hyun might not have Zerglings out in time to deal with this, but it's only one marine. It's not like a zealot where it will kill, you know, half your drones before they can kill it. It's just a marine. So not sure what Thorzain's up to here. He is building a command center to rebuild again and moving the barracks back in. So I guess he just wants to scout with this and maybe force some lings. I don't know. Still a weird decision, but okay. Sees the hatchery and pulling the marine back now, I guess. So I guess he just didn't want to send out the SCV and lose mining time. Instead, sending his very first marine out to scout. Was probably banking on Hyun going for hatch first, so that way you could pull the marine back in time and keep it safe. And maybe he'll just have this one scoot around now, check for overlords, or just pull it all the way back to his base. We shall see. Now we do have a reactor going on to this barracks and a factory. So once again going for the Hellion opener. Pretty darn standard. Hyun moving these two lings out just to check around. Going to be able to get a bead on this command center. And know that once again Thorzain is going to expand very early, because that's what Thorzain loves doing. And once again Thorzain throwing down another command center inside of his base. Very interesting. A lot of Terrans do seem to be doing this now, just because it allows you to get so many mules, and even if you don't take your third immediately, you can produce SCVs out of this while it's waiting. And so you can just really get ahead economically. And with the Hellions out, the Zerg really can't do that much to punish this, because Hellions will kill Zerglings off creep forever, unless the Zerglings have speed, but they won't at this stage in the game. Hyun doesn't even have a gas up yet. So, it makes sense. I mean, certainly it's economically aggressive and risky, but with decent Hellion control, you can get away with it. So, starting to move those Hellions out now. Hyun is preparing basically the same as last game. Throwing down a hatchery to protect his ramp, throwing down a spawn crawler. So, again, Thorzain not going to be able to really deal much damage with this, but just allows him to keep Hyun bottlenecked. And in the meantime, he's just getting ahead in SCVs. Still a little bit behind because Hyun is droning pretty darn hard. But going to be able to Just continue producing them, and I have 3 mules at a time, which is just so very potent. And Thorzain, okay, so now he's moving that factory back to that tech lab, just produced 4 Hellions this time instead of a lot. He has a bit supply block now, though. And there we go. Finishes the supply depot and getting siege mode immediately. So could be we will see a bit of an earlier push from him. Maybe try to catch Hyun off guard while he's still trying to drone. We will see. And more Marines, getting stim now, and throwing down 2 NG bays, so definitely going to have bio as a significant part of his composition again, and could very well be the same biomech composition that we saw out of him last game. We will see. Hyun getting a Baneling Nest again, and starting to kill these rocks with his queen, but as you can see, that's going to take, I will probably die before this goes down, of old age. I'm just going to leave those destructible rocks there and not select anything else, because that's kind of hilarious. Thorzain's rocks over here going down about 5 million times faster. I don't feel that's too much of an exaggeration. Oh, okay. Now there's some Zerglings helping out, so now it's going down a little bit faster. Even though Zerglings only deal 2 damage a smack to those rocks. And I imagine that's really got to be a pain for the Zerglings, because, like, they have these, like, super sharp claws. Like, look, claws, that's their attack weapon, and they're using it to hit these rocks. Like, doesn't that leave the claws so dull? And then the Zerglings have to spend all this time trying to, like, you know, sharpen them again. Hyun running out, trying to catch some Hellions, but Thorzain reacting quite well, pulling them back, only takes a bit of damage. And losing some creep tumors. Not the greatest for Hyun. He is taking his 3rd now. This is basically undefended. Did Thorzain see that? He didn't. Wow. Because he could run in there and just get a whole bunch of shots, and Hyun wouldn't really be able to respond for a little while. It's unlikely the Hellions would kill it, but just kind of be annoying, but I guess Thorzain doesn't want to check. Okay. So Hyun definitely getting his 3rd up a bit earlier in this game, ahead of Thorzain, although Thorzain is floating his command center over there right now. So Thorzain definitely doing well economically. They are equal in supply for the moment. Hyun is once again getting a Spire. Maybe he will have better luck with mutas on this map. We will see. There are some decent angles he could come through. Like, it could come up here. Although there's not really much space around the side of the base to, like, hide and swing around over here. So not the greatest maps for mutas. I mean, this base is fairly exposed, and then there's lots of space you can run into afterwards. But, well, we'll see how that works out for him. Getting a whole bunch more Lings out just to stay safe. Has 1-1 already. Wow. That was pretty fast. At least it feels fast. Well, Thorzain has 1-1 as well, and he is working on 2-2 now, as that armory just finished. So far, this is definitely mirroring the last game quite a bit. Hyun continuing to get his melee upgrades, getting some mutas out. Could be he just wants to be able to scout with those and, you know, see what's going on. Deal some damage to these Hellions and force them away, because unfortunately Hellions can't shoot up. Oh, excuse me, a little bit congested here. Oh, allergies. And yeah, so could be Hyun just wanted to get some map control with that. It does force the Hellions away, so now he can take the watchtowers, keep an eye on things, and getting his 4th quite a bit faster than the last game. He's going to start breaking down those rocks, that way he can defend it a bit easier. So both players just sitting back, macroing. Zergling's getting the full surround on the rocks. Yeah. Oh, Hyun getting more siege tanks out, getting more Marines. So far, this is basically a replica of the last game. I'm not really sure what more I can say that I didn't say last game. Yeah, 2-2 going to finish up real soon for both players, almost mirroring each other. Thorzain just a tiny bit behind. But that said, Hyun does not yet have Hive, so Thorzain will be able to move into 3-3 before Hyun. Hyun's 4th base finishing up, already has gas, is ready to go, transferring drones up there now. And that makes sense. When you want to mix infestors into your army, you just need a metric crap load of gas. That is an official unit of measurement. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. Therefore, it is true. Thorzain moving some Marines forward, but those are gonna die. Yeah. Sieging up some tanks, though, so that's protecting him from those lings from going in further. Hyun having kind of beastly creep spread this game. I mean, look at those red dots. They are not close together at all. He has them perfectly spaced out to take as much of the map as possible. So he will be able to see flanks and whatnot way before they happen at this rate. So, and Thorzain has not yet put down another command center. So I guess that's a small deviation from the last game. In the last game, by this point, he already had another command center. Unless he built one as a base and I didn't notice. That is a possibility. He just throws on a command center. Okay. I guess not. And Thorzain laying siege to this fourth. So instead of continuing to expand, being a little bit more aggressive this game, Hyun, though, has so many Zerglings. That is terrifying. I would not want to be those tank drivers right now. Those siege tanks dying in a hurry. A lot of Zerglings going down. And that didn't quite work out for Hyun. I feel like he probably should have tried to flank from up here as well. Although there were Marines that would have intercepted that, so that did not work out as nearly as well for Hyun as I thought it was gonna. And Thorzain just continuing to push forward. He did get that fourth, so that's pretty devastating for Hyun. 3-3 on the way. Gonna finish up in a while. Not anytime soon. Thorzain just running around scanning, picking off creep tumors. Always so intelligent. Running forward a bunch of Marines to get even more creep tumors. Undoing 16 minutes of Hyun's hard work. That is so annoying. And just slowly staggering these tanks forward. And Thorzain definitely in a commanding position right now. Hyun has managed to rebuild some Lings and Banelings and catches a bunch of siege tanks unsiege. Definitely good for him. Running on forward, trying to get those siege tanks, but loses so many Banelings to tank shells right there. And losing all of his infestors. That is terrible for Hyun. He's definitely struggling a bit with his engagements right now. I feel like he just keeps charging on in. Okay, that's working out a bit better. Getting more siege tanks now for basically for free. There we go. Finally cleaning up those siege tanks. There is a drop in the main, though. We'll see if Hyun is able to respond to that at all. This Ultralisk Cavern, very exposed. If Thorzain goes and tries to kill that, which he's gonna, that might die before anything can save it. Yeah, there it goes. So, that's definitely a benefit from Thorzain. Denies the tech. And Hyun just very much looking like he's on the back foot. He is getting 3-3 now for his melee, so he's not significantly behind Thorzain. But Thorzain will have a window where all that bio will be 3-3, and the Zerglings will still be at 2-2. So Hyun in a very defensive posture right now, running forward once again. These Marines caught out of position without tanks to support them, but there are tanks now. And we'll see if Hyun continues to try pushing forward, but no, decides to fall back. There's just a bit too much tank coverage. And Thorzain spraying these tanks out very nicely with overlapping fields of fire. This tank can shell and kill Zerglings here. This tank can shell and kill Zerglings here, so just protecting each other very nicely. And Thorzain just continued to push, and while he was doing that, I didn't notice. He made a command center. What a surprise! But we got another engagement, more Lings running on forward. This tank getting quite a few kills on the front lines. Marines continuing to surge forward. Not sure why he's sending them in like 2x2. You know, this is not Noah's Ark. You don't want to do 2x2s in this scenario. And these tanks getting caught out of position. A single fungal catches everything. That's going to get cleaned up. We'll see if Hyun has enough to push on forward. Try to continue repelling this, but he's just having a lot of trouble. And Thorzain has managed to retain all these medevacs, and there's the GG. So well played by Thorzain. Definitely a little bit more aggressive than the last game. Didn't take his fourth until he'd killed Hyun's fourth and had a decent beachhead on Hyun's third. So well played by him. Hyun dropping a game. So this will go to game 3. I will post that up soon. And there will be relevant links and whatnot. So thank you for watching my game, my cast, my video. Please leave comments, like, and subscribe, and I will see you later.